Hey there, am I okay? Hey there, guys. Welcome back. It's been a bit of it's been a while, but you know what? I don't want to say too much. I'm gonna just get into this one straight away. This video, as you can see, is essentially it's titled "I earn 2,600 a month, but I'm still broke in the UK." So let's just get into this one, just so you can just see what this woman is saying.
Have you ever looked at your payslip and then you thought to yourself, wow, that is a decent salary? And then all of a sudden, you now started asking yourself, then why am I broke? If I'm earning this decent salary, then why am I broke? That is exactly my story. I'm going to share my story with you, why I'm earning this huge amount of money, but yet still I feel so broke. If you follow my story recently, I posted a video where I shared my story. My husband took my loan and then went to Africa, Sierra Leone to be precise, and married another woman.
Just quickly pause just to say, I mean, that's unfortunate. What's her name again? Sorry, is it Marti? I think it's Martina or something like that. My page is scrolling down, but I did want to just mention that the amount, I guess, the amount that she was that she displayed and mentioned as huge salary for many isn't huge, especially if you're in London. We're not sure where she's based. She says UK. I can only assume she's not based in the UK because of her believing that's a huge salary. So she's probably able to pay for significant bills, but she's probably personally still struggling, even though she's outside of London. But this is just all assumption that I'm making right now. If I had to say huge salary, yeah, I doubt she's based in London.
That story is still ongoing. And thank you so much for all those who have been supporting me, advising me. I think up to now, I'm still getting support, advice, and as well as asking me, like people want to have an update. So I'm giving you the update now regarding that story. If you haven't seen this video, please check it out. At the moment, I think I've already resolved a lot of issues. So, but thank you so much. People are still continuing to advising me as well as supporting me, giving me their reassurance. Others are blessing me and others are giving me a potential way forward, what to look for next. I really do appreciate you. This is a good community. Like I said before, I see this community as a family. Thank you so much once more for all the advice, support, encouragement, and also the prayers you have already prayed for me. I really do appreciate that. So the updates regarding that loan, so those of you who has been advising me and also raised concern that, oh, my husband is not going to sell that land, or even if you do, he's not going to transfer that money back to me. Honestly, I appreciate your advice. I appreciate your concern. So the good news is he has sold the land and the money was transferred to my account. So that's a big, big bonus from me. I think it's to do with the elders at home. So we have a very strong community back home, especially when it comes to our two families, as well as because we're married in mosque. And in the mosque, we have those imams. Also, they really, really stand that this is no fair, because I reported him to even the imam that wedded us. So I think they put pressure on him. Then definitely when he sold the land, he transferred it straight away into my account. So, and secondly here as well, things have worked so well for me. When I spoke with my bank, so I remortgaged my house, and the equity of that mortgage was used to pay off the bills. So I've paid off the loan. Despite at the moment, I don't have any more equity. So I'm starting as a fresh. I'm still on the same house, but I'm starting as a fresh at the moment to build up another equity again. But thank God, I've already paid for the loan. So that's the update of my story. That is the first story I place on this video. The loan issue has been resolved.
So I want to pause there quickly. Okay, just a few stuff basically. I saw. So I mean, she kind of went on. She mentioned a few stuff that I guess I need to try to follow. I don't want her to say too much for me to forget. The first thing I noticed, guys, was it's interesting. The video. So she's talking about her husband. I don't know this woman. This is the first time me finding. I think her name is it Martina? Like I said, go and check out her page. I wish I could scroll down. It's not allowing me to scroll down. But go and check out her page. I guess I'll probably show it in the can I so annoying. I'll probably drop it in the comments. I'll drop it in the comments basically. But I think her name is Martina. But just enter in I earn 2,600 monthly, but I'm still broke in the UK. You can see the title at the top, right? Enter that in and you'll find the video. You mentioned that she brought her husband, I guess, based in Sierra Leone or something like that, or he's gone to Sierra Leone, but she brought him to the UK. That stuff is very, very tricky, I guess. I think it's very interesting that here's what I'll say, that when these things happen to women, and I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing that they do this, but when this stuff like this happens to women, where they do stuff for a man, bring him over, do this, and then he kind of betrays them, they're very they find it a necessity that they must report it, who to whoever it may be. Obviously now in this day and age, everybody jumps online and just reports stuff. She says I'm sure she reported it to the imams, from, I guess, of their which is Islam, obviously, and just making sure that that he sold a plot of land so she can get her money back and get the money transferred to her. So the thing about it is that it's very tricky to do these kind of things. I'm just covering this bit just to make, because I know she's gonna go into the 2,600 monthly and basically go into the cost of living and her situation in the UK. But that bit I just want to say, because I've not seen that video of her talking about her husband, whatever. But what struck me was the fact that she's mentioned how she brought him over. Stuff like that is probably, to me personally, I don't think it's stuff that women should do. Now, if you want to, many of them will say, oh, I'm this, I can do what I can do what I want, I'm a big woman and so forth. So do it. But when these things takes place, it's very hard for someone to, because most people just see it as this is her fault. Does that make sense? If it was a man or a woman, they'll be like, this is your fault. You brought somebody here not realizing they probably, usually people that come from abroad, whatever, looking for papers. So there's a reason that there's like to them, there is, underlying reasons as to why they're coming over. It's not necessarily genuine, them wanting to be with you, whatever. So that's why it's very dangerous. But I think it's more particularly dangerous to women. Let me know what you think in the comments. I say this because usually it's a man that's supposed to be in that position of lead, provide, protect, help build the family structure, mostly from a financial position, so then everything else can take care, be taken care of, whether that be emotional, whether that be spiritual, all that stuff. But the finances come first. That's what I've always said. I keep mentioning this, to men, that it's very important that you get everything starts from finance. Yes, you need to get God, you need to get right with God. Spiritually, I guess you need to get physically right, whatever, but everything, your foundation as a man, is finances, whether you like it or not. If you don't believe me, cool, forget about finances and try to do everything else. I'm not saying, there's people that'll be like, oh yeah, but if you pray, whatever, and God puts you in the right position, whatever, and God will give you this finance, whatever, and God will provide for you financially. Bro, God only provides for those that are trying to help themselves. So if you're not trying to better your situation financially, God wouldn't help you. Right. And I've always said it's very, very important for you to, I guarantee you, if you didn't pray, you didn't do all this stuff, but all you done was focus on your finances, right? I guarantee you, you will be successful. That just lets you know that you have to do the work. Yes, you have to. Me personally, I look towards like a higher power to help me, but I know that I have to, even if I was to not, everything should be done together. Pray, what is it, utter the words into exist, speak into existence, all the stuff people say, right? Speak into existence for it, but there's no point in speaking it into existence if you don't action. Some people will not action, but then speak into existence basically, and pray. I want to speak into existence and then pray about it, and then money will just magically flow into my account. That's not how life works. If you have to do one of the two, I would say don't pray and don't speak into existence. Just do action. I hope that makes sense to you. If you had to pick one of the two, the, the fact that we don't have an option, the fact that we don't have to pick one or the other, do both, because it's great to, work, make your money, and then pray. Why? It keeps you grounded when you pray and say, you know what, this is all God's work. That just keeps you grounded to me. But when you're actually living in the real reality of world, like, use your brain cells to realize that your action is the most important thing. If I wasn't praying and I couldn't speak stuff into existence and I had to pick one or the other, make sure you pick action, which is action meaning I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go get it, because that's what guarantees it. So anyway, I completely just, please forgive me for digressing, guys, but I usually do this because it's just when you start repeating stuff, it's like you try to really embed in people's mind, because people don't listen, bro, and they wonder why they're in the position they're at. This woman brought this guy over. This guy's basically done her dirty. What you'll find is, and again, I mentioned why it's not good for women to do it specifically, because why? They feel they need to now tell somebody or tell the world, or, again, in this day and age, just jump online. This stuff happens to men a lot, and men won't, almost out of embarrassment, they just won't utter these words to somebody. Oh, basically, I got done. I brought a woman over, whatever, and she basically done me, and now she's basically gone back, and she's, she ran away with the money, gone back to the country, or she stayed, got with another guy, whatever. And it's men doing it out of, men not saying it due to embarrassment. And you see how the different sexes, how they behave in these type of situations, especially when it comes to these kind of things, money and all this stuff there. It's more so like embarrassment. So for I guess for this woman here, let's speak for her directly. Her doing that was very dangerous, and it's not, I guess it's not smart. And instead of people being honest and saying that wasn't smart, they will now just focus it on the guy and say the guy's bad, the guy's bad, the guy's bad. Well, first off, I don't know the ins and outs, but I will say first, yeah, clearly what he done was, I don't know if he is bad, but what he done was bad. But like I said, men and women do this. You don't now see people jumping on, the other bandwagon and saying, oh, this woman is bad, this woman's bad. They'll just be like, oh, what happens, man? He should have done more due diligence. He should have, done this. Whereas in her case, it could be the same. We don't know, right? But for this to happen, it's one of the situations where people naturally think this guy could have been a younger. There's so many questions. Could have been a younger guy looking for a sugar mama. All this stuff we don't know. But for you to do this, we, again, when we look at it holistically, we have to judge it from both sides. If this was a guy doing this, I would say that the guy was probably an idiot that fell for some woman, and somehow he couldn't use his top brain, only using the bottom brain, if you know what I mean, right? Or well, technically the middle brain, Anyway, to realize that this isn't going to end well. Like, I'm thinking too much with my other head, basically, which is not good. So we just basically call him an idiot, basically, right? Whereas, but we have to say it for both sexes when they both do stuff that's not smart. Again, I don't know. All this stuff is through assumptions, basically, because I've not seen that video of her talking about that with that guy. But from like initial inspection, people were going to be judgmental. We all are like that. So the first thing is, did you bring somebody over and you didn't notice the signs that this guy is going to do you over? Because that is it. You need to hold accountable. You need to be accountable, because we will always hold. There's no way. I will always telling my guys, or a random guy I don't even know, yo, it's your fault for bringing. How did you not do your due diligence? How did you not know that this person here is going to do this to you? So that's one thing. The next thing, which again, apologies for the digression, guys, but that's how I do my thing. If you don't like it, please just leave. The next thing is, is she in a new marriage? Is she in a new relationship, which she got married, or does she just I don't know, want to appear married? Well, I'm saying this stuff because, guys, there's still look at the screen. Isn't that a ring on her? On her ring thing, on a ring finger, basically, right? Isn't it? I'm guessing that's a engagement ring, marriage ring, whatever it is. She's got a ring there. So it's either she's just still wearing it for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but if a guy done you dirty like that, that should be off. Again, this is your personal business, but it almost makes you now question, is this real? Now I'm gonna give it a benefit of the doubt and say it is real. All this stuff is real, and it's not just for views, and not just for to create a channel. Because again, I'm telling you right now, people have gone content crazy. There's all sorts of people just doing crazy stuff online that's making me question what is real now. Forget AI that I've talked about on my channel already about how AI is going to take over. But the way humans are just desperate, just put out content in order to get, views. The people that are doing it for money, I get it. You're just trying to survive. So cool. Some people just doing it glitchy for views. And it's like, bro, like you have to stick. What's going on? Like we've gone content crazy. I don't know. I don't like what I see. So as a result, because I don't know if I can believe stuff I see online anymore. So as a result, I just don't like to watch stuff. But this one came across genuine. That's why I've not watched it. But this is the first time I only saw the first 20 seconds, and I was like, let me do a video on this. Right. So I don't know what's coming up next, but everything I've just read of her, so everything I've watched of her so far, that's my take on these type of, on it. Is it real? Because you got your ring finger on there, talking about some guy, and then he sent you back the money, and I don't know. It's all of a bit of a mess right now, but that's the first things I got from there. So let's continue, because I don't want to go too long.
Now I am loan free. I don't have any more loan.
And the last thing I wanted to mention as well is that whole equity thing, basically, where she essentially like refinanced the house, right? That's what I'm saying. It's dangerous. That's the thing about having a house is very dangerous, guys, because again, she basically pulled out. That's what she was talking about when she said she like remortgaging. For those that don't know what that is, basically, is when you take out equity from your house. Let's just say your house is, I don't know, just 200K, just example, right? 200K. You own that house now. I think there's a time period in which they now tell you, okay, you now complete a certain time period. You've paid a certain amount of money, so now you can now refinance, basically, right? Which means you can pull out equity. Essentially, just it's almost having equity like with the business, right? You can take out a certain amount if you want, right? It's almost like getting paid dividends, almost, right? So that's what equity is for those that know. But again, please do kind of Google it. What does equity mean within like a home setting, like a because I don't want to be wrong, basically, but that's exactly how you would want to picture it. Basically, is there's some dividends in there, and you're able to pull out the dividends, as opposed to leaving it in, or what is it, placing it back, so you're reinvesting. Instead of reinvesting it, no, you're just taking out the equity in order to do stuff. She done that, and in order to pay off bills. That's not bad, but at the same time, it's tricky doing these type of things. For me, it's because everyone picks their own investment vehicle. I know my investment vehicle is well, I know I'm confident my investment vehicle is going to do well for me, and essentially be the fastest horse in the race when it comes to operating within this economy we're operating in right now. Essentially, what I'm saying is, just to make it very, very clear, I know where to put my money in order for it to double, triple, quadruple, whatever is what I'm trying to say, right? So her taking out that equity, I would have taken out the equity and put it somewhere else. But the thing about home is, when you do stuff like this, I am guessing she's not fully paid off her house. So if she hasn't fully paid off her house, guys, just know that she needs to keep up these payments, because if you don't, it gets taken away from you. So I always tell people, so doesn't that make you realize that you actually, and I think people know this at the back of their mind, they know this, you don't own this, because why? One, definitely. Two, missed payments within a month, that's getting repossessed. So it's not actually yours. So it's not yours. So when people say stuff like, "Oh, I just got my first house," and they're holding keys and they're posting on Instagram, whatever, it's just cool. I mean, I'm not, listen, do your thing, but just be careful that there's evil eye out there. When you're posting and your friends are watching, oh my gosh, and I'm happy, or posting that they're happy for you, when really they're like, oh my gosh, she's moving forward in life, she's beating me in life. Or he, whatever, I'm just saying, whatever. But this person, like my friend, is moving forward in life. There's really evil eye. They don't really want you to. So really, that, like, deep down, they're actually hoping that you would fail, because, and then the failure is you losing your house. But the fact that you're able to lose it in the first place just should let you know it's not your house. Stop posting, I just got the keys to my new home. It's not your new home, right? It's your temporary, it's your temporary accommodation until you can fully pay for it. Is what it is. But again, they've sold this. It's just how they sell stuff, right, to us as as people, as civilians, as as workers, right? As inferiors, pretty as bad as it sounds, as inferiors, right? They sell stuff to us to make it sound good because it's like we enjoy lies. It's ridiculous. Oh, feed me the lies. You own the home. You don't own crap. But somehow you're falling for this. Stop, please. Use your brain to stop falling for stuff. You have to. It's just wild to me how people be like, oh, my own home, my new home. But once you stop, your first monthly payment missed, they might give you leeway, but do it again and see what happens. Especially if imagine if you've been paying it for a year. Every month you're paying 1,000 something. All of a sudden, a year in now, you lose your job, you can't do it. And now that, you can't keep up payments. And they're chasing you down. Now they're threatening for you to repossess. Now you're scared, you're getting worried. All of a sudden they repossess it. All that money doesn't get given back to you. It doesn't. It's not like it drops down. It's going to come back up if things turn around again. Again, I'm kind of insinuating what happens when you invest in stuff like stocks, digital stuff. But let's focus on stocks. When you focus on stocks, yeah, you put your money in. Oh my gosh, it's crashed, basically, right? But you don't lose your money until the company goes insolvent. But those stuff doesn't really happen to a established company. A company that is got good foundations. It could go down. This stuff happened to Amazon. Talk to Jeff Bezos. He was the only person. I think him and his mother were the only ones invested in Amazon when it crashed. It was in the 90s, or no, sorry, early 2000s, whatever, early 2000s, I believe. It crashed. Amazon stock crashed. He was the only person that bought back. He reinvested, guys. Right, again, him and his mother, I believe. And look what happened. And then other people that came in later on that invested when it was kind of early. They don't. I'm sure they don't have to work as hard as us anymore. So these type of things, like when you think about it, like this is why I lean towards these stuff as opposed to a house. I'm not saying I don't ever want a house, but it's dangerous, man. And her taking the equity out to pay off loans, whatever, if the house is not paid off yet as well. The house isn't even paid off yet. So now imagine if the house was 200K, guys, right? She's then paying off. She's basically, I don't know how much it would be. Let's just, I don't know, 1,003. Let's just say a year goes by. She's paid off, I don't know, 15K of it. She now basically trying to pay off the loan she just said. She now takes out equity, guys, right? So it started off at 200K. She's paid off 15K. She's now got 175K. Is that correct? To pay off. She now needs 10K. She takes equity of 10K out of the house, right? To pay off. Just know that 200K that went to 175K, which is left to pay. Now she now has 95 to pay because she just took out 10K. So that means she's only got 5K left in there, and she's now got 195K to pay. I hope this is making sense, basically, because when you take out equity, right, you're essentially given back the bank, the person that lended you back. You're giving them the money back. Oh, sorry. They're giving you money back. So which means you now owe them, right? Because you paid for it. Now you actually paid for the house. You put it on deposit. You now have the house, whatever you want to get. Now you take out equity of 10K, basically after paying off 15K for a year. You now take out 10K equity, and now the 175K that you have left to pay has now gone back up to 195K. You have to pay. I've just gone on a complete tangent, guys. Apologies. I'm not the best at explaining stuff, but this is just how when I view this stuff and I realize how people don't understand these simple personal finance, concepts. It's just frustrating to me, and you wonder why people wonder why they're in the position that they're in. But let's just continue, man. I went so far.
Loan to pay for. Thank you so much for that. So now let's move on to why we're here today. Today, I'm going to share with you my story at the moment, my current situation, what is happening now, where I said I'm earning a huge amount of money, but at the same time, I'm still broke.
At least you can laugh about it.
Still wondering to myself, why am I earning £2,600 a month? Then at the same times, when I check my bank account, it's like I'm living from paycheck to paycheck. It's like the moment my salary enters my bank account, immediately everything just disappeared.
It's funny. I think somebody in the comments said something along the lines of it's to do with your, what costs you have and so forth. I don't know if she got kids or whatever the case may be. So stuff like this, for example, the car she's in, I don't know if this is needed. If she's outside London, I will say it is needed. There was a point in time I was living outside London, and at places like Sheffield, bro, you need a car, bro, because it takes time for buses to come or public transport. They don't have. I keep telling people, the London transport links are one of the best in the world, bro. London, I didn't say UK. London transport is one of the best in the world. You don't need a personal vehicle in London, whereas other places you will, basically. So these type of things is what I'm about to mention. Do you need a car and the type of car you're driving, and do you need the car looks quite quality, but if you don't have any, I mean, how many, look, you got all this space. Think about it. Oh, I'm about to go on another tangent. I don't want to, so I'm gonna just focus on this. But this type of stuff again annoys me, because again, personal finance is something that people just don't. It's like they know what to do, but they find it hard to do it because luxury has broken their brain.
Where is disappearing? I don't know.
You do know. That's the thing. You do know. That's this I'm gonna say. They act like you do know. You want to live luxury. And the funny thing is, I guarantee you, she's probably seen it as, I've done this work and so forth. I've worked so hard. And on top of that, she's probably adding the age onto it as well. I've worked this hard, and I want to also enjoy. When is it time that I start enjoying? When does my time come for me to enjoy? It's probably she's telling herself. At her, I can only assume, a grown woman, a mature lady, she also wants to enjoy it. So she's now thinking, why should I basically pull back on luxuries and whatever? Well, because you're making videos about I'm still broke in the UK. That's why you should pull back on luxury. That's why. You answer your own question, but they just don't see the paradox they live in. It's just mind-boggling to me how people move, bro. Let's continue, man.
As soon as the month ended, when everything disappeared on my bank account,
what's your bills like?
I'm looking forward to the next month's salary coming. I've already planned on what is going to happen on that salary. So I guess you'll be wondering, where is all that 2,600 is going?
Mm-hmm.
So let me break it down for you.
Okay.
You know, the mistakes I made since living in the UK, one of them is by going for a finance car.
Oh
this is really...
Oh my gosh, guys, this is a joke. This is an actual joke. I don't want to keep reacting because, again, when you watch something for the first time, it's just wild when you're watching it for the first time. If I watched it already and then I'm just, revisiting and then responding to what I watched already, makes it easier. The fact that you're getting my live and, and my, what do you call it? Anyway, live and direct reactions makes it hard for me to always, but let me just press play and continue. This is wild. She's got a finance car, guys. And she's got a mortgage. People just love borrowing, and they don't. So nothing you have is owned. Nothing you have is owned.
killing me. Because I want to live a big life.
Oh, gee.
I want life to be comfortable. For
the cost of living in the UK, we're struggling. It's struggle. I can't do it. Oh gosh, look at my life. This but just first off, I'm not making fun of I just realized what I'm not making fun of this woman. I'm not. You guys know that, African guy. I always use my, I always speak my own language, and there's how, it just happens to be that she's also an African person with the accent as well. But if there was a normal person, or Igbo person, just white person talking, I'll use his accent. So it's not to make fun of her directly, but this is how people move. This is how you're seeing it firsthand, how people move. Again, I'm telling you, she wants to live a luxurious life because at her age, someone like me, it's easy for me to say this when I'm younger than her. And I say, oh yeah, but try to, cut back whatever. When she's like, bro, I've been doing this. When I was your age, I was, saying I grinded as well. Now I want to enjoy. But then don't jump on YouTube. Oh.
For me, I didn't go for any other car. I went for a finance car. And when you go for a finance car, it's a very brown new car just from the factory. I was the first person to use that car. And which car is it? A Mercedes Benz.
Oh my days.
Yes. Which I'm sitting on right now. If you're thinking of luxury, you've got all the luxuries in this car that I'm sitting now. If you're thinking of comfort,
Is this an ad? Mercedes, this would be very smart if you done this. She's not got enough subs for me to. But if this was an advert, I think companies should start doing this. Guys, my brain always runs. It never stops. It's always I'm just thinking about business. It's just madness. But yeah, like this is almost like this is an ad. I think she just I think she just picked a video and just put, inserted it in, not realizing it's almost like it's making it look like she's advertising for Mercedes. They need to hire her though.
Got all the comforts while sitting in this car. And this was actually my dream car because
honestly, this is how guys, this is the future of adverts or advertising, or what is it? Advertising, I guess. Instead of doing YouTube, instead of companies paying YouTube, right, the middleman, just go straight to the person and tell them, normal people as well. Oh.
Always dreamt of having or owning a Mercedes Benz. But the monthly finance payment
finishing you
is really, really killing me now.
No?
As I'm speaking now, I'm paying £500 every single month for this car I'm sitting on.
Finished.
Just for the finance. Insurance is not there. Fuel money is not there.
Oh my days.
Road tax money is not there.
Oh my days.
Not to talk about maintenancing.
Is that her video there that said I failed in 20 years? I'm ashamed. Is that her doing this? One thing I would say that I commend this woman's honesty and what she's doing right now. Many people won't have the audacity, well, that's not the right word, basically, right? But people won't have the bravery, right, to be saying these things. If there is I would like to believe that there is some sort of there's some sort of business type reason why she's doing this, which is mainly because maybe she's found out from somebody that you can make money off this YouTube thing. Like really, like you can really make, like, YouTube, bro. YouTube pays, man. I'm telling you, like, this is I keep telling people. I've said it. I think I said it in my last video. Yo, that this content thing is the new thing. Once AI takes over all our jobs, we're gonna be forced into the content arena. I'm telling you, it's gonna be ridiculously competitive. So you need to jump in quickly, because that's what's really going to be left. All these complex jobs and whatever, whether it be AI in his brain or AI being AI's I guess I don't want to call it AI's I want to say intelligence, basically, right? But it's essence, right? It's intrinsic doesn't have a soul, basically, right? But it being inputted into a robot, right? So merging AI and robotic and basically robots, right, to create AI robots. Oh my gosh, humans are going to be replaced. So the only area we can walk into and essentially be humans is going to be content places like this. So YouTube is, the problem with YouTube, the way they be censoring. I was arguing something about being censored on YouTube, bruv. But this is why I keep telling people, start doing it quickly. I believe if that's what this woman's doing, where she's using YouTube as another source of income to quickly build and she's getting paid from it. She's online talking to everyone about how, but I'm still broke in the UK, while she's probably earning more than 2006 now, because YouTube might be paying an extra 500. You know what I'm saying? So I hope she's because if she is, very, very smart woman.
If there is a problem or if there's a breakdown or anything that needs to be repaired on the car, not to talk about that one. So if you do the math, like you calculate the £500 every month that I'm paying just for the car, and you want to include the finance, the road tax, the fuel, and as well as if there's any maintenances. And if you calculate all of that, maybe it will sum up to between 700 or 800 pounds a month
for a car,
just for this car alone. And now the second biggest thing that really makes me broke,
Here we go.
despite I'm earning this huge amount of money,
It's not a huge, Martin. What's your name?
is the mortgage trap.
What did I just say?
Mortgage trap. This is another one. Don't get me wrong. Owning a mortgage, especially in the UK, is very amazing, is a blessing, but it's not easy.
See what I was saying in terms of people, the people investing, people have their own investment vehicles they want to get into. A mortgage one is, but you don't even own this, and if you slip up, you're finished. Whereas at least with, stocks, as an example, if you slip up, meaning if you invest at the wrong time into an Amazon and it drops, and now your £1,000 is, let's just say it goes, this is very, very rare, your £1,000 goes to £200 with Amazon. That's not gonna happen, but let's just say it does happen. £200, it's not dead yet. No one's confiscating anything, no one is repossessing anything. You have to just wait. My guy. Whereas once mortgage, they repossess it and you don't get the money back. There's no way for you. So how is this a smart investment? People are like, yeah, give me, put it on my head, let me risk everything. Bro, madness. Let's continue.
Because every single month, about £1,500 is disappearing on my account.
Okay.
Immediately I got paid from work, that £1,500 will just disappear.
I think I've seen enough
going for my mortgage.
To be fair.
And this includes the service charge. Remember, if you're on a mortgage, especially my mortgage, because I took my mortgage through the council, I'm still paying council tax.
But don't people find it weird how it's like it's become general consensus, right? That we see a mortgage as like a big thing. When someone's on a mortgage, oh, you're big, man. Especially, I guess younger people that are being advised even by their parents, but the parents don't realize the hiked up tax prices that young people have to deal with nowadays, and the duration that they have to pay the stuff out for. Right? The parents will say stuff like, I mean, I guess my parents told me the same thing. Yeah, getting a mortgage, whatever, early. But I don't think they realize just how long it's going to take me to pay it off. And also, they were able to do stuff like refinancing, right? Pulling out equity from their home. That would take me. I'm just starting to. If I do that, bro, I'm destroying myself because I will never pay it back. So it's just funny to me how people, the general consensus is get into stuff like mortgages, get into it. That's like the thing. If you get into it as well, you're seen as a big person. Oh man, you're moving, you're doing things, you're moving, you're becoming an adult. Yeah, mortgage. Oh wow, commitment. Yeah, you're I respect you. All this, but they don't do this. They don't do the same for investing in stocks or digital assets. They don't do that for that. But it's pushing you towards whenever they're pushing you towards something, right? And they're trying to make it like it is the thing, and those that don't do it are not seen as not respected, whatever. Just be careful because they're trying to sell you something. And if you're easily influenced and you jump into the wrong thing. I've always said something about me. Like, I just not from young. I was saying I don't think I'm like a mortgage guy. And the reason why I didn't like it, guys, because I was giving them money deposit, right, and they were going to be holding me into a contract for some time, and I knew that I could lose this as well. So it just didn't ever sit. I'm like, and I knew as well myself as a personality, like my own personality. Am I someone that could at that time, especially when you're young, you're very just excited. You're not. Stuff is not like settled yet, right? In terms of being able just to stay in one place, one job, stay there for a long time. Like you're still bouncing around. Like you went to uni, not even really knowing what you wanted to do. Now they're telling you to go into a mortgage and then hold that mortgage for a long time when you might be jumping around in jobs, not knowing, and then next minute you not had a job for a month because you're waiting for people you've applied to like reply back to you. All of a sudden, your home's been repossessed. All the money you put in for that 6 months gone. They're not giving you back. Like, it's just, if they could improve the system and be like, you know what, whatever money you put in, we're gonna have to help you, and not just take it back from you, just repossess it and then give it to somebody else to start making money off them. It just makes you feel like you've been cheated. Like it's like being in a relationship and it's just being cheated on. That's how it comes. Like, but people are still jumping into, yes, I know this person there's a highly likelihood that I could lose this person and they can cheat on me, but I'm still gonna jump into it head first. It's just the whole. It's just like people aren't thinking with it. Like people are just brainless zombies walking into sheep at a slaughter, bro. It's just crazy.
As well as service charges, and that's accumulated for the money to go to 1,500 every single month. This is what I have to pay towards my mortgage. And now the third thing that really makes me broke whilst living in the UK, despite earning this huge amount of money, is the cost of living in the UK. I don't know elsewhere, but the cost of living in the UK is getting skyrocketing high.
It's wild.
Everything is just going higher and higher and higher. I'll start by my shopping list first. Before, let me say about 5.
What she buys there's the thing about it again. People will buy stuff and not change. When you can't afford certain stuff, you have to change now. You know, or change your like the store you're going to. Change that. If you're not going to change the products that you're buying, which can be expensive, right, and downgrade, I know people don't like to do it, but you can't complain then. When something every action has a reaction, right? And people that are, to me, it's the survivors that survive. So you're like, okay, cool. I usually get this, but I have to get this now because why? It's calling. We are in survival mode. It's calling for survival. It's calling for survival practices, right? Start like go into survival mode now, and you can't do that. You not for fail. You will die. You will die. It's those that are able to adapt that survive. So when people are telling me, oh, but I shouldn't have to change my whatever I was doing before, I should be able to keep on doing it. The same way when, I don't know, like married couples, when, maybe they divorce or whatever, and a man or a woman, it's usually women basically, but a man or a woman now demands that I want to keep living a lifestyle that he or she like provided for me, and I want to be able to keep that, like to keep living that, especially if they got kids involved. I want to be able to keep living that, a lifestyle. Well, like read the room, like clearly you didn't like this person. Like forget about love. You didn't like this person for you to want to be saying, I want to be able to live the lifestyle, so they need to be giving me whatever thousands a month to keep up my lifestyle. Like no, like things are getting you like adapt, like restructure, like start realizing you things I can't have things remain the way they were, because it's not conducive to me trying to build, or live a maintainable existence. I don't know the words I'm trying to use basically, but come on. But people there, I want to stay where I'm at, no matter the struggle, no matter how the economy is collapsing. I want to stay where I'm at and still be able to. That's not how the world. You need to adapt. But they refuse, and then blame everybody else. No, this is on you. When the environment changes, do stuff to survive. And if you don't, and you want to just stick to where you're going to fail, you can't blame anybody. It's only you to blame, because what you're saying is, I can't let go of luxury. This is what we should be able just to. I'm not even asking for luxury. The simple things we can't get. I know this. So because they know there's simple things you can't get, they now make cheaper versions of it. Oh, it's damaging to my health, whatever. Then let's don't. The world, it keeps changing, right? Adapt or don't complain. Just move. Then move. Go somewhere cheaper. Leave the country. But adapt, man. Don't just be complaining. We must be able to get what we used to get, basically, because we're not asking for much. Just don't blame them. Look at the environment you're living in and understand, okay, the environment is telling me to adapt. All the complaining I'm doing is not going to change anything. They're not going to now just bring down the prices, because the prices are increasing because of why suppliers are charging more, right? So Tesco are charging them more. Why are suppliers charging more? Because why? Move it down further down the supply chain. Them being able to import goods now has become more expensive, right? So that crazy guy from America talking about tariffs, whatever, right? they're being impacted by tariffs. So the suppliers are now moving that on, and it just gets moved on to the down further and further down the chain. It gets moved on to the store, which is Tesco, then moves it down to us. It's a domino effect. When you're talking as though it's just them and they want to kill us, no, bro. It's this. This is just economics 101. Like, understand that, understand it, and adapt or die and get the hell out of here. Let those that are gonna survive. Like, I just, bro.
Or 10 years ago, I will just use as an example, like if I go to Costco, because I like shopping in Costco, and I do that on a monthly basis. Every month when I get my pay, I go to Costco to do my shopping. You know, 10 years ago, when you use their trolley, and I feel
I'm gonna say what was clean, was durable, with this stuff, right? Well, and also you were able to fill up. Okay, so she's about to say she was able to fill a lot of stuff. Now there's bare space in the trolley. Yeah, it's happening everywhere. Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Waitrose, they're all the same. Not Waitrose, that's a bit expensive, but people still go there, so I'll name it for them as well. But yeah, you know, it's
trolley, and I go to the counter to pay.
Forget about that though. Their trolleys are dirty now. That's how cost of living is. The cleaners aren't even, bro. The trolleys in Sainsbury's. Ew. What on earth? I don't even use them. I don't even use them. It's the baskets, basically. The mold on the ew, bro.
It will never cost me above £100. It will either be around £80, £90 to £100, but it will never be above that. But at present, as I'm speaking now, the same trolley I'm using, the same items I'm buying every single month, you pull that trolley, you take it to the counter. Do you know how much it's costing me now? The same items I used to buy like 5 years, I won't say 10 years, let me say 5 years ago.
Double.
The same items now is costing me almost to £300.
No, my days.
Honestly.
That's 3x.
So what I do now my current shopping now, I try to minimize, like, and reduce the shopping.
That's good.
There are some items now I'm taking off my shopping list just to minimize the cost.
Yes.
And despite doing that,
still,
you will still pay between 200. It will never go back. I've done several shoppings where I reduce the shopping list. And I'll still pay almost £200. No less than 150. I'm still paying.
Oh, her name's Maria. Sorry, guys, Maria. Maria, the fact that you're trying to do something about it is good. Some people will just be not doing something and be complaining. The fact you're trying to do something about it is good. Again, maybe the brands you're buying maybe need to change them. For example, you buy a certain type of water. You know, again, people will say stuff like it's the quality and it's not good for you and all this stuff. And well, bro, all of them is pretty much, you know, been contaminated to some degree. So you're already, you know, but again, in tough times, the toughest survive. So you have to, if you can manage it for a certain amount, knowing that it won't be forever, but it may be forever. That's the thing, it may be forever. But just know though, I'm just trying to tell you, in history, there are survivors, and the survivors are the ones, or the, you know, survivors / victors, let's just say. Survivors is usually the word victors, but I'm talking about I'm using the word survivors as victors in this instance. The survivors / victors are the ones that are able to, you know, what is it? Tell the story of history, right? Recant history. They're able to create. Those are the ones, even if it's bull crap, there's nobody else to say anything different. So the survivors / victors are the ones that pen history. This is what happened, and everyone's got to see it as this is fact, because nobody else was around. The other people that can add their own 2 cents didn't survive.
Above 150 to up to £200.
So
that is what is still costing me. Despite I'm reducing my shopping list.
At least you're trying.
This is what is happening now when it comes to shopping list. This is just like grocery shops and toilet rolls and all the things, necessary things that you need in the household. That's just.
Maria, can I just ask something? You work, right? You got a job, right? So there's certain supplies I'm just saying, there's certain supplies that you don't have to be going to. If you're really about surviving, there's certain supplies you probably don't need to go to the shop for because they're being, again, I'm not, listen, by the way, I don't want everyone to say stealing is not the thing, right? But if you could be smart with it, some people that have a brain cell to know what I am alluding to. There's supplies that you can at least, you know, take more of because you want to use it for later. I'll just say that. That's what I can say basically, because people are gonna start saying stealing. No one is stealing out here. That's not what it is at all. But if you got a nice job, like you said, you're getting paid well, which means you're working somewhere that's good, right? Take advantage of the supplies. Why is this not bad? Well, because they're already robbing you blind. You're getting taxed, through the high heavens. So what is you now using, being able to acquire some supplies from? How is you the criminal? Again, people don't think when they do so. Honestly, the your own authorities, government, what do you want to call them, right? Powers that be, are robbing you blind anyway. So like they're actually stealing from you. So now if you now go to your workplace, okay, cool, let me just take a few here, take a few there, put it and then go home with it. So I don't have to be spending on toiletry crazy like that when I need to manage, guys, because every penny counts. For someone, especially people that know how to where to put money to make money work for them. I'm telling you, every penny counts. Every penny counts when you know where to put money. For the majority, don't know where to put money. So to them, it's like, oh, what's the point? To them, that's how they think. What's the point? What's the point? What's the point? Why am I saving this £2 a month? It doesn't make a difference anyway, because you don't know where to put money in order for it to work for you. Don't just work for money. Let money work for you. It needs to be a reciprocal relationship. Most of you be entering a relationship with money, basically, and you are the adorer. You're the chaser, continuously chasing. Money never chases you. Money doesn't respect you. Money doesn't work for you. You just chase, and you wonder why your financial situation is an absolute just turmoil, ruins. You're struggling. Cost of living doesn't respect you.
That shopping, I still have gas, electricity, water bill, and internet bill, telephone bills. All that is excluded from this 200 or 300 pounds.
So man.
So if you calculate all these other bills, you're looking at between 500, 600 to 700 pounds I'm paying. Jeez. Just for these bills.
This is ridiculous, bro.
That is household bills, gas bill, electricity, internet bill, water bill, and so on and so on.
These are all criminal, by the way. Not criminal.
So that is why I'm still broke.
But guys, again, so what I don't like is, again, I'm not one to be saying that the powers that be, let's just call them that, powers that be aren't doing too much. They are doing too much. But we have to also be held accountable as well, because it takes two to tango. It's not just them, right, doing all this stuff. Basically, we have to look at our situation and realize where we're going wrong, where we're contributing to our own downfall. You have to, because if you don't, personal accountability needs to be taken. You never will take it. You'll never be able to, honestly and genuinely, impartially critique yourself. You won't be able to improve, because everybody is the situation and the problems you're having in your life is everybody else's fault. Come on, bro. That's not realistic, man.
So before I think about enjoying my life, when you check your bank account, the money has all gone. There's no money there. And don't forget, there are hidden bills that I didn't mention here. For example,
correct.
If you have subscription bills, you have takeaway bills.
I've told people, listen, this is why I'm not always on this channel, guys. I'm telling you, I've got another channel that this is why I'm not on this channel. Before I try to, continue doing channel, but I'm realizing it might get a bit sticky the way I'm doing videos and, people and what my channel is actually about. It's confusing, but I want to show how I'm a real person as well. Many people, we live, like we have, I don't know what you want to call them, personas, whatever, right? Some people call them alter egos. But let's just use the word personas that we do. You guys see me as, like, you see what my channel's about. Like, if you But the stuff like this is we all live this. This is like real stuff for living. So I want to show it on this channel as well to let you know. And yes, I'm not someone living in an alternate reality. I live in the same reality you live in as well. Cost of living is something that I'm having to face as well. But I'm having to I approach it in a way where I don't jump on complaining. I just know I have to adjust. I just know that, you know. So the subscription stuff, like this is stuff I'm mentioning another channel I'm doing, which that's where I focus on. But a lot of my attention now, a lot of content that I do is on that channel, right? That's where I really put stuff there. And if I ever, I don't know if I ever will reveal it. If you find it, you find it. But the stuff she's talking about, guys, is stuff that I'm already putting to I'm putting out as videos to let people know that this is what's killing you. So it's very Maria, right? Your name? Well done.
Family support back home, which is known as sending black tax back home.
Correct.
And any other emergencies.
Been there. And like I said, stuff like Western Union, you know, MoneyGram and stuff like that. The charges they be doing, which is what pushed me to start using. So when I talk about stuff like, you know, they don't like the word, but crypto, and it helps to ease those operations. I'm telling you, like, guys, you need to please, man, start looking into these things, man. You need to help yourself because certain people are living completely different lives to you. You will not believe. Completely different lives. When I see people talking about how, again, cost of living does affect me. But when I see people, the way they be struggling, it's like, yo, where's your, are you just stuck on watching Netflix and all mainstream medias? Where are you living under a rock? How are you not seeing how are you not finding alternatives? They say that, you know, they'll tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you whatever the people that are closest to you, you know what I'm saying? It reveals the type of person you are. People are close, your friends group, whatever. Guys, in the internet age we're living in, your subscription group, whoever you're subscribed to, will let me already know what type of person you are. It's the exact same concept. People don't, again, I don't know if someone's ever said this. I say this a lot, but I don't know if people ever say this. Forget your friend group and all this stuff. People are living online. Your subscription group, whoever you're subscribed to, you're listening to, will let me know that it will let me know where you are in life, where you're going to be. All these type of things that they judge and say about friend groups is now your subscription. For example, I can now say, for example, a person that listened to a lot, Raoul Pal. If you don't know him, just go and check him out. Raoul Pal, RAOULPAL. So his name is Raoul, RAOULPAL. Guys, he's a macroeconomist. I listen to him a lot. You see how I can now say that's almost like, well, I'm using the word subscription group, but that's like my friend group. Whenever a notification comes up about I'm watching these videos, to listen to about, okay, let me listen to what's going on in the macroeconomy. This is what I'm going to say. When you start applying stuff in real life, start applying it to the digital world, because digital world is so fake, man. It's fake. That the real stuff that happens in real life, I like to apply it to digital world, so I don't lose sense of reality. Because I start realizing, yeah, like there's many people I don't see anymore in real life, but I don't want to be the people that I'm seeing in real life. There's only so much I can learn from them. Whereas online people, I can learn from a whole bunch of people that have been successful, quote unquote, whatever you want to call, right? That can push me towards being able to learn these things about finance and not struggling like how.
So all this would just pile up with this single salary. It's like every penny or every pound has already been spent before it even hits my account.
That's exactly
because when I get paid this month, I know I'm getting paid. Let me say, for example, I'm getting paid today. By the time I woke up in the morning, that money has already been gone. So immediately it hits my bank account. It's disappeared immediately. So yes, it's true. I earn £2,600 every month, but yes, still, I'm still broke. I'm still broke. The reason why I'm still broke is the lifestyle we find ourselves in this country. And also the high cost of living that is going skyrocket high. every single day. They all swallow my payslip,
At least she's been accountable.
leaving me with absolutely nothing at the end of the month.
The
So
question,
this is just a reality for so many people out there. This
correct.
is including me. It's not just about what you earn every single month whilst living in diaspora or UK to be precise, but it is all about how you spend. And sometimes trying to be successful and also trying to look really good or
See,
trying to achieve a better life,
I
it
mentioned
ends up keeping us trapped in this
correct.
financial
At least
stress.
she's not.
That is exactly what I'm going through.
I keep saying it. People back in their mind know this stuff. That's what I said in the beginning of this video. They know these things. But I'm telling you, a lot of stuff that is what she's going through is she's of a certain age now. She's like, I should be enjoying. Why shouldn't I enjoy? Now she's looking at other people looking at her as well. Oh, what they're thinking. All these things play a part in her. That's why it's just, bro, this is very hard to be a sole, thinker where you just think for yourself in this world. It's very hard to do that because when you do, you escape the boundaries the boundaries people put on you, right? All these stereotypes, all these chains people put on you, and oh, you must be here because of due to due to your education level, due to your age, or due to the type of person you are, or your class, like all these things, like it traps you. And this is what she's saying. She said it. It's the lifestyle people are taking on, where and trying to look a certain way, be perceived a certain way. We all like that. I'm like that as well. I'm not gonna try to say I'm like that, but I believe I've broken away from that so much that for some time I've been that way. Where I just didn't really care too much how I looked in terms of dress. By the way, dressing, everything else I tried to make sure upkeep. But dressing, I remember a friend of mine telling me one time, like, man, you kind of dress like a homeless person. I'm like, what? This was years ago. I'm like, what? But he was like, a specific coat I had, like a gray coat from H&M. I wore it to death, guys. That's why it looked tired. He was like, he said this. I'm like, really? And for some reason, I kind of liked it when he said that. I'm like, I kind of just like a homeless person. But again, he said it only because of that coat, specifically that coat. So it made me realize to myself, when he said it, and I felt kind of, oh wow, that kind of okay. I didn't feel a certain way about it. It made me realize to myself. That's when I realized I was slowly kind of breaking away from perception, what people think of me, because it didn't make me. Guys, I didn't throw the coat away. Kept on wearing. I'm like, oh, it makes me look like I'm kind of like on a struggle, or whatever. Like I'm hustling, like I'm not, like things aren't easy. Okay, cool, because I knew that even then he knew. He mentioned it because he was like, you I know you've got money. I mean, you're good with money. Like I'm not rich, but you, like the way you dress, almost like a homeless person. I'm like, but why wouldn't, like, what should I just go and take my money and spend it on random stuff when I should be saving it for rainy days? And this person he's a conservative person as well, like he's very pragmatic. So it's not like he's there just a random spender. No, he's not like that. But he makes sure that he looks presentable. Whereas me, I don't really care too much. And that's stuff that she's talking about right now in terms of how people perceive you, how you look to the outside world. I don't care how I look to the outside. Well, I do, but I'm not too bothered, right? As long as I can look at my account and know that that looks good than what I'm trying to put out there as my, as my image. I want my account to be real as opposed to my image being real.
I wanted to be successful. I wanted to live a better life. I want to be seen in the crowd there, to live very good. But at the same time, it has trapped me. I ended up being trapped. In this financial stress.
She's saying real stuff, man,
that we are facing at the moment. So I have a question for you. What about you? Do you also feel like your salary just disappeared at the end of the month, especially when you got paid at the month and then your salary just disappeared just like that?
The fact that you asked me that question, I'm gonna quickly just answer it. Yes and no. There was times when I had to move. I moved in with for example, I was trying to find a place where I could live, which was affordable. I moved in with a friend at one point. The person, lucky person, I'm never gonna say how much they were paying, but the person's mum moved out at the time, went to go live somewhere else, literally live in another country. This person was the youngest. of their family. So the two siblings were older, they had moved out. So literally this person was just living in this is it 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, semi-detached house. And I moved in with this person and I was paying literally pittance. The person was like, oh, come in, stay for free. I'm like, no, I'm not that type of person. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna pay you a certain amount. I pay you a certain amount because I don't do this free stuff. No. But that's when you're looking, I'm always hustling and bustling, trying to find deals, whether it be stuff that I buy, equipment that I buy, anything, stuff that, with places that I live, grocery shopping, whatever. I'm always trying to find deals. And when you have that, when you're naturally like that, you start realizing to yourself that this is what allows you to separate yourself from other people, because personal finance isn't just about being, again, exactly like Maria said, just making a lot of money, right? It's essentially, for me, it's knowing how you can make it, how to save it, and then having a personality to know that I'm going to try to preserve as much as possible. Right? You need to be disciplined. It's literally a personality thing. If you're naturally like this, guys, you are going to not survive, you're going to thrive in life, because you're able just to rein in your lust, right? Your desperation, your need to spend, right? To enjoy all these things that just essentially destroy your finances. Control it. I keep mentioning it. Wasn't when people will tell you I was out here with friends will tell you I was out here. I was traveling and stuff like that, but I didn't. I was a stingy one that would not spend too much when I'm traveling, doing boys, trips outside the country, doing what is it, kind of round trips around Europe and stuff like that. Stuff ain't cheap, but how I've been able to do it, because I just, it's just my person. It's embedded in me. I can't just be wasting money like that. I need to always try my best to save as much as possible. Wherever I can, deals, get the deal. That's just, and it, when you're like that naturally, you can't, it's hard for you to fail from a financial standpoint, because you're at the back of your mind, at the back of your mind, you're always somebody that you cannot go to bed without you not feeling just financially just cool, everything just steady, just feeling financially stable. Once I started investing, it took me to a whole nother level.
Please share your experience on the comment section below. I really love to hear your story as well, to see if we can learn from each other what I should change and what I should adapt to. Because I know for sure the biggest killing,
I like this lady,
why I'm so broke, is my rent, my mortgage. It cost me a huge amount of money. That is a killing for me. And that I can't change, because it's something that absolutely I need to pay. That one, I don't have any excuses to change that. It will still be ongoing until I decided to sell my mortgage. That's the only end of it.
That's what I was going to say.
But beside that, it will still continue like this.
You can change it.
With the car loan, that is the car finance, yes, that one is something that I can adjust. And likewise, if it comes to the other extra bills, I'm going to cut my coat according to my size. If you ever heard these phrases. So now I'm trying to cut my coat according to my size. So with the billings, I've already looked at all my subscriptions and see which one I should cancel and which one are the most important one that I really need to keep. So I'm so happy about the way my life is going now. I'm really, really happy. So I've done a massive change at the moment.
Done a restructure.
Although I'm still gradually trying to make things, although gradually I'm still trying to make things work out. Don't even see the face for saving yet. Now my focus is not to be behind of my mortgage. So thank God I still have a good job that is paying me good, where I can pay my mortgage and as well as some of the necessary bills that I need at home. So once again, I thank you so much for all those who have supported me, advising me, blessed me, prayed for me, and as well as encouraged me to stay strong. So I really do appreciate that. So tell me what you think about this story, and also please share your own experience as well, if this has happened to you before, so that we can all learn from each other. I'll see you on the next video. Take care now. I love you all. Bye.
This sweet, 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 sweet lady. Yo, listen, Maria, you said you wanted advice, eh? You said it. Okay. Well, listen, the only rule, listen, the first thing I could, before anyone, I'm not gonna give you advice because I'm not, I don't think I'm not, that guy. But what I will ask you is, are you willing to? What is how important it is? How important is it for you to keep up an image, or if it's not that, if you say it's not the image or whatever, okay, cool. How important is it for you to have an asset that is essentially killing you from the inside? And that's a house, by the way. I'm trying to say, because when you said you can't, your mortgage, you can't. What you say, well, you can. Problem is you doing so. Do you believe? I listen. I understand it. I understand at your, at your maturity. Let's just say that, because lady and everything. At your maturity, do you want to have to start again like that? Doing, selling that, getting what you can from it, and then putting it into another investment vehicle that would actually aid you and would probably even make it easier for you to even get a house, and it will take less amount of time to pay off the mortgage. These are things that many people probably may have kind of mentioned to you. You saying you can't isn't true, and you know this, and you mentioned it as well. You said if you unless you sell it, but you're not going to do that. And I know the reasons. Again, we know the reasons. Do you want to go down that road? At this stage, I get it. I truly do get it. A house is like the be all and end all. Something you can say that you gave to you passed it on and so forth. It's for the legacy. I get all of that, but it's destroying you. It's destroying you. And I guess it's that thing of ownership. You feel like you own it. And I've just told you the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because you actually don't own this thing. And you said it. Thank God that you have a job. We're entering the age of AI. What do you think could happen in the next? How many years you got left to pay this? What do you think would happen, Maria? Is the question. If AI now steps in and I man, listen, I'm gonna say if deserving, sorry, what's the word is deserving? If deserving, then your YouTube channel gets to a certain subscriber level and watch time that starts paying you. So that 2006 is now coming from YouTube as opposed to coming from your job. So then you can continue your mortgage payments. Hopefully they haven't gone, they haven't increased. So this is what basically I'll kind of ask you as opposed to advising you. Are you willing to have people look at you in a different way now? If you were to go ahead and get rid of this assets, which is it's crazy, it's an asset, but it's actually a liability for you right now, because the economy we're living in makes it a liability for you, because you're trapped. You said it yourself, you're literally trapped. So so the next thing I'll say is, depending on where you live, do you believe this car is required? Now, if it is, which is fair, do you not think that you should downgrade? I mean, these are honest stuff we've got to ask ourselves. If you're in London, I will say just sell the car altogether. What do you need a car for? Whenever you need a car and maybe you're gonna go visit friends, or whatever, and they're kind of far away, rent it. Clearly, you obviously know how to drive, so rent it quickly. Rent a nice one, but to be having it every month and it destroying you, remove this car remove it. You don't need it. But again, the look and how people want to look, you mentioned it yourself, the look and all that stuff there. You like the Mercedes Benz, you want to feel this and that luxury, but how are people trying to force the living of, how people trying to force the look of living in luxury when we're in dire times? So I'm saying, stop trying to fit a peg in a round hole. That's what I'm trying to say. If you want that whole luxury living and looking a certain way, do it when your economy is nice, booming, but when we're struggling, inflation is like, this is the wrong time to be doing this. But people just want to force a peg in a round hole. I want to force this into this type of living. No, bro. And you don't complain about the cost of living if you're doing stuff that doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the program right now. Cut it out. Cut that cancer out. But people don't want to. That's the thing I'll tell you, Maria, as opposed to advising you. I'm not a financial advisor. But this thing you need to take consideration. I don't need to advise you about the whole Costco thing and, you know, reducing the stuff you buy, whatever. All I can say is, if you can find another place, you know, what's that place? Is it Macro? Is it Macro? What's it place? The place where you could buy a whole bunch of stuff. I guess it's very similar to Costco, so it's not different. It's no different. It's the one in yellow. I think it is Macro, something like that. If not something another name, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Like the kind of wholesalers, kind of basically, where you can get a whole load of stuff for cheap. But I think that Costco is what I'm saying. So Costco is that anyway. So I guess it's the brands, like downgrade on the brands. Everything needs to be downgraded. Everyone in general needs to downgrade. If you cannot afford where you're living, guys, it's people that right now that are, you know, living in a place where they can't afford and they're using this credit to do it, or that credit, whatever. Just go back where if you've got a family, stay with them if you can. If you can't afford it, stay with them. But you have to the aim for everyone really that they need to follow the protocol, guy, is the protocol, guys, is to downgrade. Downgrade is what we all need to do. Some people don't need to. For me, I don't have to downgrade. I've been downgraded for time. This is why I've been able to, you know, get to a certain position where I don't necessarily have to work. I do work, by the way, but I don't necessarily have to work. I've put myself in a position where, and it took time. These things take time, guys. It's not overnight type stuff. If you plan, you need to plan your financial, you know, movements, you want to call, for years. Mine was planned for 5 years. I was like, I need to take 5 years out to do whatever. And I've done that since 2020. I've been moving in a certain way. I've not stopped. I only started to take my foot off the gas now. So when I watch this type of videos, I'm like, did people, were their plans in order? Like, were they, you know, like, I guess they were, because they got a mortgage and they were like, but some people just jump into mortgages. Literally, how students are jumping into university. Honestly, adults are jumping into mortgages. How students are jumping into university. A majority of them don't know what the hell they want to do. Don't actually know what they're doing, and don't actually understand the implications of them taking on what they're taking on. Because yes, it could be beneficial if you're able to come out on the other side with what you need. So in uni, come out the other side with degree, whatever, and then maybe the experience because you went on, I don't know, sandwich course, and you got that, you know, you actually worked in a, you know, whatever they call that thing, whatever there, where you know, I forgot. Anyway, you could basically get work experience from working at a company, right? So, yeah, I forgot the technical term, but doing that is the same. That's what uni people do, and as coming out on the other side successful. Same way in the mortgage. You pay for the mortgage and you pay it fully. You're now out on the other side. But just understand, doing both of them costs ridiculously. Students are now taking on for their age. They're literally taking on degrees are like mortgages. They're gonna take so long for them to pay off. But both sets of groups don't know what they're just jumping into stuff blindly, and I was part of that. I'm gonna talk like I'm bigger than. No, I'm in it with you. I'm trying to tell you how I'm slowly transitioning and getting out of it. Right? If I wanted to pay my student loans off right now, I could do it with ease. I could do it. But I'm like, no, like students' debt is. I sometimes said in the last video, student debt is one of the best debts you ever have in your life. Don't ever rush that one. Everyone else chases you. Every other debt chases you. But student debt don't chase you. They're cool, okay? You can't pay anymore. We'll basically halt it. We'll halt it for until you get a job. It's the best debt you can find. Interest rate isn't crazy. So take your time and go and get a student debt. In fact, go to me. It's gonna sound crazy. Go to school, get the loan, and then use that loan to make investments. And then while you study, like go to school, get the thing. But then, if I was to, bro, some students would be rich if I was doing something like that, because I know. But anyway, okay, cool. But that's Maria. That's me. That's me. I'm gonna stop it here because I don't want to go too long. This is probably gone on for an hour now, but it was just fascinating to see, your honesty and bravery to basically jump online and do this. You're creating a community for yourself. I think that's really, really smart. You also create an avenue for you to potentially be able to start monetizing from this, right? You clearly, which I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 subs, then it enables you to apply for, is it the YouTube partner program, right? And you can start looking into those stuff there. So I'm sure you are getting paid. But the more you do this, and the more you get more watchers, and more, more increase your watch time, you're gonna I already know you're don't Maria, you can't lie to me. You're already supplementing your salary. Don't lie. Talking about how it's 2006, it's probably 3,000 now. She's supplementing a salary every month, but she's not telling us. But listen, smart. If that's the case, smart. If you're not, please switch on that partner program stuff and start improving your cost of living, because it won't affect you if you just basically do what you got to do, pretty much. But I'm gonna leave it there. Sign out. This was a very interesting one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section as well, guys. In terms of this lady, sweet little lady here, is trying to, this stuff that happened to her. It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate, but it happens to every single one of us. Every single one of us. We get caught slipping. Is for want of a better phrase, but that's what our generation will say, right? Yeah, you get caught slipping, and you have to, this stuff you have to deal with. But let me know what you think in the comment section. If what she's doing is correct, or if the stuff I'm saying to her, again, not advice, just the stuff I'm saying, if you agree with, let's have the conversation, man. But yeah, let me sign up from this one, man. I even forgot my slogan, but I don't care. Bye. My new slogan is bye. I see you later. Bye. Sorry, I'm confused.